Greetings. How are you? This is Brightside Club, Elton Brewington here with Claire Mosquito, our host as well. And we have the delightful pleasure of introducing and sharing with you today Miss Trent Fiedler. And she is inspired to share with us information about her new app. And she broadcasts all the way from Berlin, Germany. And we're
Hi.
delighted to have her here with us. And she's going to enlighten us on her product line, who her target markets are, what it will do. And we're excited to have you. Thanks for joining us. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me and thanks for getting up so early to have this interview because I know that in US it's a little bit earlier than here in Berlin. So I am the founder and CEO of Nometry, a software company based here in Berlin, Germany. And what we build is an application that is based on artificial intelligence technology in order to help retailers of stationary supermarket to offer their customers in a very easy and plug and play way a self-checkout solution that is smartphone based. So just very quickly, it's smartphone-based, artificial intelligence self-checkout, but without all the cameras that you need to install on your ceilings and all the sensors that you need to install into the shelf. So very easy, very kind of like asset light and therefore low investment costs.
Awesome. Nice. That sounds splendid. I mean, this is the first of its type, it sounds like. Many retailers have been considering alternatives to self-checkout. I mean, we see them in the regular retailers, and I mean, retailers are doing everything they can to make it easy for the customer.
And I think for us in the U.S., the long lines and the privacy, so I think an app like this would definitely help, and especially during the pandemic when everyone is so afraid of even going into a supermarket, you could go so much faster. Now, will the self-checkout be able to do online ordering and the new pickup system, or is it only an in-store app?
Well, it depends. I mean, the retailers can, of course, integrate it to their omni-channel strategy, right? So it's an app. So you can really add to that app or integrate our app into the existing app and combine that with online. So you pick something online and then you go there, pick it up, and then you pick the fresh fruits or pick the stuff in store that you wanted to pick yourself, personally based on how it looks like, because that's the best thing about shopping, right? You want to smell a ripe mango and really choose it yourself and not just look at the picture on the screen at home. So obviously that will be able to do that with our technology. I think the wonderful thing about our technology is that so there's been in the last couple of years, of course, a lot of different kind of like trials and solutions offered for self-checkout. On the one hand, of course, everybody knows Amazon Go, but that's just so expensive. You have to install all of these cameras in the ceiling and the sensors in the shelves and whatnot. And so that comes to a lot of retailers. That's just really is a lot of risk to put so much money in upfront. And then there's, on the other hand of the bright spectrum, there's like this scan and go solution, right? Quick and easy on an app, but that doesn't really give the customers a really good experiences, nor does it offer the retailer some kind of like smart, intelligent loss prevention. And so we thought, we need to find something that fits both worlds perfectly, where it's like asset light as just an app, but at the same time with an intelligence embedded in the smartphone, that it also provide the retailer with this loss prevention. So our solution actually is a kind of a very reduced AI technology that is downloaded in the app in the smartphone, and then it uses the camera of the smartphone in order to understand and know what the customer is putting into the cart, whether he or she is doing the right thing, whether she's canceling something and really take it out of the shopping cart. And so at the end, you really, as a retailer, has a confidence, whatever this person has been putting into the shopping cart, my intelligent shopping assistant app has notified it, has checked that, and then so she or she can then go and just, pay on, on the smartphone.
Wow, that sounds so impressive.
Tremendous.
So how was the experience with the show? What was the early feedback to the app?
Yeah, I mean, what is wonderful about the experience of the show was beginning, to be honest with you, we always thought, okay, we need to go after the big retailers. And they are also interested in our solution because for them, it's also kind of like interesting to supplement that technology into the breadth of kind of like different solutions they have. But what's wonderful is that our solution seems to also be attractive to very small retailers as well, right? Which, to be honest, I didn't have on the radar screen when I developed the product. But it seems to be that, yes, because of coronavirus crisis, everybody's looking for contactless shopping experience in stationary supermarket. But especially the small and mid-sized kind of like guys, they just can't really invest all this money into this big complex solution. So for us, the solution that we offered to them was really attractive. So that was kind of my key learning. So that was for us to learn on an
I think
MI.
it is. So I'm curious about two questions about the scanning process. So your phone, because of the embedded technology in the app, will scan the barcode and add it to a cart, that kind of thing. And of course, you have to be meticulous to return it or or scan it more or whatever. Is that typically the view? I mean, it's intelligence in the app that runs through the phone, allowing you to scan the barcodes on things.
Yeah. Oh, so let me just explain you a little bit the intelligence of our app. So it's intelligent in two ways. One way is it identifies certain product by just looking at it, right? So when you use a pineapple which doesn't have a barcode, it recognizes the pineapple and classifies it as a pineapple. Same thing when you in like a pomegranate or whatsoever. That's first intelligent. We call it computer vision AI technology. The second intelligence is much more interesting because that's where we teach also the AI technology to understand, like, okay, now you see a hand, you also detect an item, right? But you see the hand putting in an item in, and then you check whether this person has scanned that product for you or not. So for example, if I would put into the cart an item, but I don't scan it, it recognizes it. It just get you a beep. Sorry, I saw you just putting something into the shopping cart, but you didn't scan it. Please correct it, right? And at the same time, then it also allows you to correct that, right? Because that's so different than the self-checkout terminals where you just do a failure or mistakes, and then you have to wait until the guy comes and help you to correct it. But here it allows you to correct it by allowing you to pick up the correct item and then scan it. If you pick the wrong item, it also intelligence recognizes like, oh no, sorry, this is not the item that I saw you putting in the cart. It was the other one. Please pick that and correct that, and then you're fine to go, right? So it's kind of an intelligent eye, let's say it. You have like a virtual cashier going with you on your side and just look at it and say, okay, you do the right thing, or no, you didn't do the right thing. Please correct that. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And for the barcode scanning, so whenever an item, an SKU has a barcode, we thought, let's stay pragmatic, right? Because let's use the barcode to ensure 100% accuracy rate of identifying the item. Because I know that even if our model is as good as 99.6%, it's not good enough for the retailer because they really need 100% accuracy for their inventory management system, right?
That's true.
So then we just focus on what is really necessary for computer vision AI, which is like, only the items that do not have a barcode scan, a barcode. Yeah.
So I mean, that's incredible. So you mean to tell me that the technology is, when you got two realms here, you got the technology for the, I guess, barcode and the technology, and also the issues of security, maintaining that, you keep a 100% security profile agenda, which is outstanding. And then, oh, wow, this alone is incredibly significant. It's very powerful too. Very powerful when a retailer can trust you. And then you're sending up information after the checkout back to the store's inventory so they can keep track of what has been bought and sold. Big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
And then absolutely. And I think coming from Germany and Europe, the wonderful thing that is also, I think, is really that is important for us when we develop this product is that it's also very protective of the data of the customers, right? In terms that since you do not install a whole camera on the ceiling, your customers and your shoppers do not have to fear that when they enter your store that they're going to be filmed from, you know, from head to toe, without them knowing what's happening with the pictures and with the video streams about them. I mean, like, I don't know about you, but we Europeans, we might be a little bit paranoid, but I just feel like, I don't want Amazon to film me from top to toe in any kind of day. And like maybe knowing with whom I'm going shopping, right? At that time.
That's true.
Upload that video stream to some cloud to analyze it.
Yeah.
Yes, they promised me they're gonna delete it, but come on. Do we really want to trust just on their word?
I know, especially when I go to Walmart and this gigantic video comes up, I'm like, oh my goodness me. But we are definitely living in that world. But stay tuned, because we're going to bring Trin back after the break, and we're going to actually show you a live demo. So we're going to take a break, but you are right now watching Brightside Global Trade, and this is part of our NRF show coverage. Trin was one of the exhibitors, and we are so delighted to have her from Berlin, Germany. So you can watch this video on our website at www.brightsideglobaltrade.org. You can also watch it on our Brightside Global Trade TV channel on YouTube. And if you are watching it on YouTube or Facebook, or any of the social media channels, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the bell button so you always get an alert from us. And Trin, can you tell us your website so that if retailers want to order this app or talk to you, where would they go? And I know you're targeting retailers, so if you are a retailer watching this, you might want to pay attention to this website link that she will provide.
Absolutely. So our website is www.nomitri.com. So it's NOMITRI.com. Nomitri.com.
Thank you so much. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
In 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah.